In this video, we're going to have a look at how to use scale factor to calculate a missing dimension in a diagram. So a section of the bridge is shown in the diagram below. We want to calculate how high point B is above the roadway of the bridge. So to enable us to complete the calculation, we need to make some triangles that are going to be similar. So to make these triangles, what we do is we add in a line across the top of the diagram. So now my diagram is split into a rectangle and a triangle, which is up the top and can be broken into two separate triangles. So off to the side, I'm going to draw my two separate triangles that have now been formed. So I've got the little triangle, which is A, B, and we'll call this point D. And then I've got a larger triangle that is A, C, and we'll call that point E. So the length of the smaller triangle is going to be 3.5. The base of my larger triangle is going to be 3.5 plus 2.5, which is equal to 6. Now I have no information to calculate the height of my smaller triangle, my BD height. So that's going to remain unknown, and I'm going to call that X. But I do have the information. I can calculate the height of my larger triangle, my CE height, and that is going to be 7.4 minus 5.6, which equals to 1.8. So I've got a smaller triangle with a base of 3.5 and an unknown height, and a larger triangle with a base of 6 and a height of 1.8. I can now use scale factor to help me calculate the value of X. So identifying the corresponding sides, 3.5 and 6 are corresponding, while X and 1.8 is corresponding. So I can write each of those corresponding sides as a fraction. So 6 over 3.5 is equal to 1.8 over X. And then I can use cross multiplication to work out a value of X. So 6 times X is equal to 3.5 times 1.8. So 6X is equal to 6.3. To find my value of X, I can divide both sides by 6. So my value of X is equal to 6.3 divided by 6, which is equal to 1.05. So going back to the original diagram, I know that my BD value is 1.05, and that is part of the height of B above the ground. The second part of that height I already know, which is 5.6. So I can now calculate how high B is above the ground. So the height is going to equal to 5.6 plus 1.05, which equals to 6.65 units. So to answer the question, point B is 6.65 units above the roadway of the bridge. And that is an example of how I can use scale factor and the cross multiplication method to be able to work out a missing dimension by adding in some extra shapes.